Since the Sigma was at the top of the Mitsubishi lineup, it was not equipped with low-power motors. For her, 3.0-liter gasoline engines with 12 or 24-valve cylinder heads were provided. The timing is equipped with hydraulic compensators, which eliminates the need to adjust the thermal clearances of the valves. The 24-valve unit provides better dynamics, 8s to 100 km/h versus 9 for a 12-valve unit, but, according to the mechanics, its repair costs 2 to 3 times more. Yes, and its fuel consumption is slightly higher. In urban mode, a 12-valve engine consumes up to 12 liters per 100 kilometers. A 24-valve engine consumes up to 15 liters. Serious repairs may be required only if the owner neglects the recommendations of the automaker. With normal maintenance, the motors easily nourish 400 to 500,000 kilometers, and even later. In most cases, it may only be necessary to replace the rings and valve seals. For a more expensive 24-valve engine, this operation, taking into account work, will cost $750, $800. Usually maintenance is limited to regular oil changes, timing belt and rollers. The last procedure is performed every 100,000 kilometers. Work and spare parts, $180. Moreover, the work itself costs about $80. It is not easy to get to the timing drive. In a 24-valve engine, along with the belt, you need to change its hydraulic tensioner, note, $80. Other problems include burnout of the exhaust manifold on 12-valve engines after 120 to 150,000 kilometers, as well as sometimes a failing oil pressure sensor, spare part, $30. Malfunctions like oil leaks or leaks in the cooling system are found only on thoroughly tired copies of the first years of production. The front-wheel drive Sigma for the European market was equipped with a 5-speed manual and a 4-speed automatic. Both units serve faithfully, subject to careful operation and regular oil changes. The interval for both transmissions is 40,000 kilometers. If the temperament of a motorist does not allow him to move except on the principle of gas to the floor, you need to prepare a thicker wallet. There are several weak points in the mechanical box, bearings, gears, and the 5th gear synchronizer can fly. Treatment of the unit will cost about $500. If the rumble in the box does not prompt the idea to make repairs in time, it will have to be changed entirely. By the way, even a used node costs $700 to $1,000. The automatic transmission also does not forgive a disregard. First of all, the package of 4th gear clutches burns out in it. The cost of a repair kit is $100. If a more serious repair is ahead, experts recommend replacing the entire assembly with the used one. The fact is that a serious intervention in the box will cost about $1,200, and units are transported from Japan that departed only one-half of their resource, and they cost $700, $1,200. The Sigma suspension was built for active riding. Although hard it cannot be called. A compromise option seems to be a hydropneumatic suspension, in which the performance characteristics automatically change depending on the speed and road surface. But it has significant drawbacks, fragility during operation on our roads and the high cost of spare parts. For example, only the front shock absorber costs $400, and you need to change it entirely, since it is not reparable. The price of a compressor, $900, and a receiver, $900, can significantly overshadow the joy of the owner of such a comfortable suspension. The only way out for those who are not ready for such expenses is to replace the hydropneumatics with conventional shock absorbers along with springs. Otherwise, the usual Sigma suspension behaves like on many other Japanese. Every 40,000 kilometers, it will be necessary to replace the front stabilizer struts, $15, and its bushings, $5. For 10,000 kilometers, the silent blocks of the front levers serve more, for 4 pieces, $120. A little less often, it becomes necessary to replace the ball bearings, 1 PC, $25. Conventional shock absorbers are capable of moving away for more than 150,000 kilometers. The rear suspension, despite the multi-link design, can be called indestructible. The steering mechanism, as a rule, does not cause trouble. The steering rack can only lose tightness on fairly traveled specimens. Many owners ignore this problem, limiting themselves to periodic topping up of oil. But if the leak intensifies, you will have to use a $70 repair kit. The top versions of Sigma have one feature, the 4WS rear wheel turning mechanism. Such modifications are distinguished by enviable handling and stability even when passing sharp turns. The steering rack is also installed at the back. Despite the design complexity, the assembly is quite reliable, and only steering tips, $30, may require replacement. Moreover, the rear steering rack is equipped with an oil level sensor. SHRUS, $80, can suffer from excessively active driving on our roads. The braking system requires special attention. The danger lurks in the ABS sensors, used, $75. The reason for their breakdown is rough handling during repair work, attempts to put the ball joint in place with the hammer, etc. So even when replacing pads with gray service stations, it makes sense to be personally present during the work. The pads themselves need to be changed with a run of 30,000 kilometers, front, to 70,000, rear. By the way, Sigma is equipped with ventilated brake discs both front and rear. So, the Sigma is far from being the most economical car. Rather, this is an option for those who often have to travel more than one and at the same time want to enjoy the dynamics and handling of a sports coupe. And most importantly, he is ready to take care of his four-wheeled friend or is simply not constrained by means.